It's good to see a familiar face.
This week on the Ingress Report, 13 Magnus XM anomalies strike the US, India and Spain. In Mexico, the Enlightened launched the country's biggest operation to date, and we have breaking tech news on Scanner Client version 1.39. Welcome to the Ingress Report. I'm Susanna Moyer. For weeks now, we've been watching as Operation 13 Magnus XM anomalies have impacted cities around the world. This past weekend, there were major anomalies in Atlanta, Mumbai and Madrid, as well as remote effects reported in Charlotte, Raleigh-Durham, Barcelona and Lisbon. 1,000 agents descended upon both the primary and remote cities over the weekend. The resistance, using a combination of tactical ground control, strategic field and global support in the overall mind unit battle, captured both Madrid and Atlanta. In Atlanta, Niantic investigator Dr. Devra Bogdanovich appeared before the crowd, in her words, to assist her faction. But unconfirmed rumours are circulating that she was in fact in the city on a covert mission to the Centre for Disease Control. A document recovered by the Enlightened in Kiev last week revealed that the body of Roland Jarvis is being held at the CDC facility.
Roland Jarvis is currently being stored at the CDC in quarantine. Mr. Jarvis was one of my associates at the Niantic Project. He was killed by ballistic trauma shortly after being exposed to high levels of XM.
The briefing notes contain details of verified Roland Jarvis appearances.
Why is the military guarding his body?
People are coming for him, and we can't let this happen.
In Mumbai, the Enlightened exerted control, exhibiting the same uncanny level of global coordination that they have shown so many other times. I can't help but wonder how they managed to stay so closely connected. It's as if they act with a single mind. At stake this weekend were further clues related to the so-called shards of Roland Jarvis. As you will recall, Jarvis was shattered into 13 pieces in a confrontation with Dr. Oliver Linton-Wolf in Bangkok on October 12th. The physical remains of Jarvis may be involved in this as well. The body is said to have some toxic or deadly property that may have been responsible for the death of Dr. Victor Curies, a member of the Niantic team in Geneva who died under mysterious circumstances last April, as well as the more recent and apparently gruesome deaths of 2 field operatives involved in moving the body. Since we don't yet have all the facts, I won't speculate, but it seems clear to me that the remaining anomalies may very well determine the fate of Jarvis and perhaps all of us. One area that has become a hotbed of activity due to 13 Magnus is Mexico, where Enlightened agents recently launched Operation Green Storm. The undertaking saw 28 agents from Monterrey, Guadalajara and Mexico City execute a large-scale operation that required them to travel over 6 hours to reach strategic portals. Targeting such key portals as the Monte Alban and Choc Mall, the Enlightened agents were able to execute what is possibly the largest operation in Mexico yet. The creation of a control field with anchors in Cancun, Oaxaca and the north of Monterrey even covered a good portion of the Gulf of Mexico. We now go to this week's Portal of the Week.
Hi, my name is Agent D. Dousp of the Resistance in Iowa City, Iowa. The portal I'm currently standing at is named Calligraphy Pen. The rest stop and this calligraphy pen both represent the Iowa Writers Workshop, which is the first creative writing degree program in the United States. The Iowa Writers Workshop is home to more than 40 Pulitzer Prize winners, National Book Awards, and other significant literary honors.
If you know of a portal with important historic, strategic, or sentimental value, submit your video to ingress.com/report. Finally, in tech news this week, Scanner Client version 1.39 has been released and is full of new capabilities, including all new inventory count tabs, an advanced XMP firing mode where agents can earn a 20% attack bonus by long pressing on the fire button, and a special cooldown period for portals that have just been flipped using a Jarvis virus or ADA refactor. In addition, it appears that with client version 1.39, Ingress agents will be able to track and detect the 13 Jarvis Shards as they seem to move and appear at different portals around the world. We will have more on this and its impact on the 13 Magnus anomaly chain as it develops. Finally, I would like to take a moment to address the incident that occurred with our broadcast last week. It is important that our viewers know that the footage they saw...
The more mundane your answers, the less likely there will be a follow-up. However, if you show any vulnerability, they will probe at it, and it doesn't matter how well we backfill. They will crack through it if something catches their interest. Okay, so, Susanna, how did you become so deeply involved in Ingress that you decided to create the Ingress Report?
I got pulled in the same way everybody does. I started playing the game. I started following the shadowy story surrounding Ingress. Fascination turned into an obsession. I knew there were people out there who felt the same way I did, so I recruited some friends from university who were into video production, and we started the show.
Much better. Upbeat and chipper is boring to journalists. They'll move on. Okay, so now a tough one. What do you do if someone from your past approaches you at an event? Maybe someone who knows who your father was.
Can we take a break, Mr. Owen?